Hello folks, I'm the Red. This is Hollywood Animal, and last we left off we were making good pace on our Toxic Revenger movies, on releasing 6 of them in a year. I was looking at this. A couple of people are willing to overturn this. I'm going to initiate this. We are going to get rid of the rule that we can't win 2 Best Pictures in a year. Our luxurious banquet is actually, I know that some of our people are a little unhappy. We're gonna hold a corporate party real quick. Bruce Graham, one of our cinematographers, 7-star cinematographer, wants to renew his contract. Not gonna ask that much, under $1 million. For 5 years. Martin Gale, you're 4 weeks in. You've got a quarter of 10, which is, we're gonna give you 4,000, 3,000, 250, 2,000 screenings here. American Stardust. Men didn't start coming to see this. Oh, we did put it in Velvet Gloss. Well, we also put it in Spark. I don't know. I just don't know what to take out of this a lot of the time. Unreliable. Ooh, what? Unreliable Contractor. I'm gonna go ahead and say, hey guys. Since you get so mad when I just do a theme regardless, you kicked me out last time. Wow, everyone's against it. Actually, MG's not, but let's also try this, you know? Just to see. Sludge in the Sun. Total viewers is sub 1.5, which is the number that we need to reach. Although I only gave you 3 things here. So I'm wondering if I was to do a very good movie, if we could get that relatively easy with some real heavy pushing. I'm gonna say I'm gonna spend 1,500 on this. Yeah, there we go. We could do nudity again. And just because I'm curious, add story element. We're still not allowed to pick what we want to add to that. It's saying it must prohibit at least 6 elements. It's prohibiting far more than that. Just most of them are weird toxic things. Weird trash things. I mean, some of them are real toxic. So, Unreliable Contractor, you can come out real fast here. You are a Great War with a cop, and Tatsuya is playing a... I mean, is this because Tatsuya's in the film, this guy appearing? I'm going to say... $20... Actually, let's do... Yeah, no, 20's fine. 18, 17, 16, 15, 14. That's still probably way more than we need at the end, but... There's our advertising time. We want men. I'm gonna go billboards, then older audiences, and then I'll grab newspapers. Oh, and let's start a project here. Do I have open hours? Yeah, you were banned because of nudity, so anything with nudity, let's film it right now. Cinematographer... Dale Wedge. And you're not asking much. And you're very skilled. Very young, but very skilled. Soundstage. That's the best we can do. Filming tech, you're gonna get a blue term vivid, the frame tone. Spend as much as you want on extras, crews, props, and all of that. Producers. Can obviously be one. And then you're until late next year. So Leroy, you can be another one. For directors, Will Doyle, Wayward Soul, Albert. For our wizard, Peter Harris. I'm worried about your skill, but I mean, would I hire someone? No, not really. For our undead, actually, let me double check. I mean, Danny is someone we could pick up. What about women? if we need to. Okay, so undead, I'm gonna have Alfred. For our femme fatale, Irene, why don't you do it? I'm not sure. I'm not so sure about this casting, but that's what I've got. Tudor Island. I mean, yeah, let's throw it into production. Let's add the security officer to it. It doesn't need a second crew. It's already pretty quick. Limit Best Picture nominations, so we're removing this. I'm only gonna throw in like 50. Yeah, I didn't even need to throw in that 50. Uh, 9%, let's call it 10%, is 1,200. Let's set up distribution. Yeah, 2,000 screenings just to be safe. I'll give you 1,000 on this day because you have to rent. Uh, 2% of 1,000 is 20. Let's end distribution. Finding your man. Let's give performance analytics on this. I maybe should stop doing that. I said it before, but it's just the fact that it takes influence to do so. You're relatively quick. Work on door open for love. We're gonna shelve this and ideas. We've got a comedy. You're not gonna write that. In fact, no one's gonna write that. Felix, try to find us another element. Our corporate party's done. Martingale, 7% of, let's call it 10%. You can get 500 easily, no rentals. You're probably not going to fill those, but we rather have more than not enough. Oh, I forgot. Banquet, banquet, banquet. A place under the sun. Or set design was the real drag here. Total viewers were 8.6. But I can't see how much money you made now. This screen. You did well with young men. Best with young men. And then men just didn't initially come to see it, but they hung on. Okay. That was not what I was expecting out of this one. Place under the sun, B+ at the Kino mark. 2 star to start off with. 3 stars, Bone Grinder gives it 1. Yeah, this is a pretty meh movie. Not even a single 4-star review. Prison breaks are stale. Toxic trail to walk. We're going to start project immediately. Cinematographer. Yeah, just put the entire thing on soundstage. Yeah, I don't see why I would do anything else. We just want to crank these out. Filming tech is the Lumen, sound tech is the film sound. Props are getting worse. Our undead, our love interest. Who was the love interest previously? Was it Pauline? No, you were the right hand. And I closed the screen. So it must have been Irene here. Which means it must have been Sue here. So if I check love interest... Was it Betty Lim, like, way back? No, she was the villain's right hand. The love interest is getting recast every single instant. Donna, isn't this the same portrait as one of the love interests? Oh no, I'm looking down this far of the list. Janice, your quality, your not asking much, 5 years, $250,000. You are like the third love interest, third actress playing the love interest. Elmer, sure. I don't see why I would hire someone else to do this. So the sidekick. Oh, the sidekick is. It's the sidekick to the protagonist, not the right-hand man of the villain, which is what previously we were running. Confused me for a second there. Andrew Henry, have you been in these before? You actually played the Toxic Revenger at one point. Ugh. And then for your rival, let's go Patsy. Have you been in these before? I don't think so. Okay, and since we have that up and running, well, first, Perfect Love tier. Who's your director? Jasper, quality director, quality cinematographer. This is all quality. Well, I'm not sure about the movie itself, but hold on. Was there upgrades? Oh no, you were just maxed out already. Well, Jasper, you maxed out, but you maxed out at 10. So, I mean, we knew for a while that you were going to be the best of the best. Start post-production here. You're going to use all the highest quality materials you can. But we're also able to immediately start another project here. Corked bottle. Well, I'm just gonna pick this. Our cinematographer, Jasper Day, sound stage. You're an on-location shooter, though. What's dragging us the most? Wild West Town. And then the mountains. And then the Wild West interior is already on stage. Film tech, sound tech. Extras, costumes, props. For a producer, we're looking for someone who is... I'm superstitious about this now because we haven't run into a problem in a while. Joe Warren. March. That's at least a year away. If I was to hire someone... Chester Blair, your quality, you're a drunk, but otherwise, nothing wrong with you. And all you want is $1 million for 5 years. So... Chester? Director Jasper is... I mean, this is saying he'll be done in time, so I'm gonna trust it for our soldier. Howard Globe. You played... I'm just checking really from the Toxic Revenger series. I want to avoid people in it so we can at least try to keep some continuity. Tatsuya. Some elements are coming off of stale. Joe Sullivan, I'm gonna have you double check our ideas vault. Historical. Joe, you are a historical writer. Historical Victorian England working man. Is this actually a film that makes sense? New story. Last Survivor. Not one of the toxic, not one of the trash elements. So, Herbert, go fishing again. Fragmented narrative. The beginning, middle, and end are intertwined in a sophisticated tangle. There can be movies like that are good like this. One of my favorite movies. Oh, I hate that I draw blanks on names all the time. The Wachowski sisters. Their 3-hour thing. There, that's enough for you to find it if you want to go searching. Or I'll shout out the name maybe later. You know what? Maybe I'll remember to leave it in the comments. Or, if you know, why don't you leave it in the comments? Why am I looking at this? Joe, go just fetch me a story idea. I'm looking at that because I'm trying to both think and play at the same time, and it's just not going well. So you're 100. Setup distribution, 200. Screenings. Sure. No rentals. Duelist Haven, ready to go into post. Anyone that needs some learning and is high enough skill. Toxic trail to walk. Let's start production. Second unit, crucial only, minimal takes. 7 days. You do get security. Start production. This is what I was worried about. This right here. I'm gonna pass another, and it's just not, it's not gonna move no matter what I do. There's nothing for me to do here. Okay, cancel. Yeah, and these have turned red now. Okay. Well, this is gonna annoy me more than it's gonna annoy you, but I'm gonna restart the game. Hope that helps. I think it did last time, but I'm not sure. But it's what I'm gonna do, so I'll see you on the other side. Hello, folks. Again, I don't normally stitch episodes together. I normally do... The reason I can do 2 videos each an hour a day is because I don't edit. As a general rule, I try not to edit. Try not to do things that require editing. But when this crops up, I was... Ugh. You know what's funny is I'm pretty sure, if I recall correctly, I was actually going on about, oh, the game's running smoothly today, earlier, before we had to restart here because of the bug. So, I mean, I jinxed myself, right? Okay. Dewey. Not you. Roger. 42... Maybe you. Chester Blair, weren't you one of the ones we just hired? Yeah. I'm gonna say, Chester, why don't you produce this? For a director. I'm gonna give it to Ernest. Our sidekick. Oh, hold on. Well, Sue, I guess you're reprising your role as the love interest. Now that you're done with that, whatever you were doing in the meantime. Jane, you are going to be the undead. And then the sidekick and the rival are new characters. So... sidekick. I'm gonna give that to Ronnie here. Okay, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. Timothy. And then for the rival... Janice, did we hire you for this role? I'm guessing so. Because why else would you be there and not working on anything? Let's try this one. I'm gonna zoom out here. Cost us only a couple of weeks, really. Honestly, it's not that bad. And I feel like I'm getting less professional, hiding my drinking. But I need to keep my, my throat moistened. Why? I didn't even read what the last one was. Let me... You're 1%. Let's end distribution on this. I don't know why I was... Because I'm on tilt. That's the reason. Martin, wow, you did very poorly. Why? Genuinely. Billy Hubbard, established as a dramatic producer. We're voting on this again? Didn't we just reject this? Now you got an A at the Kino mark. Vile pagan vomit from people with too much unhealthy imagination. What was so pagan about this film? Is it the nudity? Or is it because we have someone Asian in it? You know what? It's probably because we have someone Asian in it, isn't it? Bone Grinder likes the nudity. We've got, call it 20% of 12 is 2,000. Let's set up distribution with plans for 5,000s. $5,000 screenings a week. Protagonists get pulled back in, getting stale conceptually. Luxurious banquets done. Modern European cities. Ooh. Maurice, you are a detective writer, but there's no ideas for you to pursue. So just get me another idea. Oh, banquet. 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 Hide our cash. Enemy from the past. Go ahead, just repeat this. Martingale. There's no particular weaknesses. I mean, I guess it was just a little bit of a mess of a movie. The Victorian England, sci-fi, historical comedies, meh. Historical science fiction, yeah, that kind of a little weird. Science fiction in Victorian England. I will disagree heavily with that one. I mean, isn't Frankenstein science fiction Victorian England? Isn't Jekyll and Hyde? And Victorian England and mob wars. Those should go together. Okay. I disagree. But I'm not the one writing it. I'm not the one... I mean... So I've been complaining about this game a bit because of the bugs. But honestly, let me be clear. I love this game. This is a good game. This is a recommendation. Hard recommendation from me. Even with all the bugs, even doing that, because I understand that the bugs are largely because it's still an alpha, it's still hasn't released, it's not 1.0 yet. And yeah, I think it is because whenever we do the directors, the producers who don't have enough time, I think this, I will put in 100 down, but I think this is otherwise going to get canceled anyways, even without us. Yeah, Gernstein's not having this. I guess they run per film contracts. Oh! I didn't mean to click on that. Wait, what? We'll end distribution here. I will do a performance analytics. I did not mean to click on the bribe. I wonder if they're going to start beating up our people again because of it. Nope. Okay, a corked bottle. Go ahead, start production. I'm gonna pick up a security officer. I'm gonna start another production here. We're gonna try to squeeze out some of these. All of these films we have. Cinematographer. Okay, if you can shoot entirely on location, that'd be nice to have. Be able to save a soundstage. Filming tech, blue term vivid, frame tone pure. For a producer, yeah, they're both. Okay, I know Dewey was one of the ones that immediately got put on it. I don't remember who the other one was. Has to be contract lasting at least until 42. Roger, you're good. If I look... Actually, there's no reason to look for a free director right now. The Retired Legend. Yeah, Joanne, why don't you play that? Our First Victim. We can have that be Arthur. Our Tribal Chief. Frederick's not wanting much. So if I say 5 years... I can switch Tribal Chief to being Arthur and the first victim to being Frederick here. Let's approve this. And it's not a toxic trail. Why? But why? Okay. I mean, so it looks like, I mean, if they're paused because something's happening, they turn red. If they're paused because someone's not available, they turn blue. Right? Which means it has to be because someone is... their contract is up, but they can't talk about their contract until they're done with the movie, but they can't do the movie until we talk about their contract. I am frustrated. Go ahead, throw a rap party. Start post-production. For film development. I mean, if we're running into the time problem because we're hitting these stupid barriers of people just aren't working on them. Okay, banning 5 film contracts. I'm gonna abstain. And yeah, didn't go through. Again, I'm not like happy to be frustrated on camera. I'm just Middle Ages. Ooh, okay. Genuine Middle Ages rather than these fantasy Arthurian kingdoms and whatnot. Do we have any ideas up? A historical great war with a lovable rogue. That'll be for Joe Sullivan to write, not you, Felix. Unreliable Contractor. 30% of 14 is 3, 4, 5. Let's call it like... let's call it like 10,000. Sorry, there should be an extra 0 there. 10,000. 8, 6, 4, something like that. You're 8 weeks in, 5% of 250. Set up distribution. Let's give you double what you need. I mean, you're 1.5. Assuming that the awards thing, the Trash King thing will double check movies that we have already produced. This was the one that took place in the American countryside, yeah? Let's go with this one. I like it. Let's look at the blue one because, I mean, Toxic Avenger. Might look a little blue. You're 12. And then 10,000 on any other given week. Run the ad campaign. Let's go. Boys. Actually. Let's go newspaper. Pirazola. Spice and Ice? I don't know. And I'm inclined to put you back into training. And I'm going to repeat training. Skilled Scoundrel. Let's shove it. And we have this Historical Great War, which is for you, Joe Sullivan, to write. Spirited Young Lady. Ooh. Finish. I know that is one of our toxic things. Nope, not that. Here's the start button. Let's keep going. You need to rediscuss your contract with us. I said 5 years. You're going to ask something ridiculous, aren't you? 5 million? $1 million a year? Joe, what have you even acted in? You are a star. What have you acted in for us? One thing. Although you were on a per movie contract, so yeah. Sure. Okay, we're gonna do it. 5 years. $1 million per year with perks. This here is ready to be passed off to our post-production teams. I'm gonna let Joe, go fetch another idea. Fred Carpenter won the mayoral election. He beat his young rival Tom Lillard by a mere 0.5%. Los Angeles Tribune political scientist Robert Hughes attributed Carpenter's weak showing to health problems. Sources inside the mayor's office says Carpenter was unable to participate in the campaign due to poor health. After a 4th term, I think our seemingly permanent mayor will be forced to leave office. Despite winning by a thread, Fred Carpenter couldn't resist taking a shot at his rival. Mayor Tommy gets his suits tailored by his mother. Explains a lot. Okay. Oh, this we're going to say no to. Toxic Trail to Walk. 1 star, 2 star, 1 star, 1 star. Oh. Toxic Revengers, again stale. Not what I'm trying to click on. I mean, this says we just need to do one more, right? Okay, writing. We go... Not there. These have turned red again. Story workshop. Create a sequel. Toxic Trail to Walk. Sullivan. I don't know if that's how you normally write that name, but it's how I'm writing it. And then... Marigold. And then... Light pollution. Is that how you pronounce... Is that how you spell pollution? That's how I'm gonna spell it. I am terrible at spelling. So if it's wrong, well, it's wrong. We're going to move the setting from the countryside into the city. I think we're otherwise going to keep the movie the same. Let's remove the final showdown. And... instead say curse. Maybe drop the long... Maybe drop the evil transformation. No, I mean... I'm imagining that the antagonists can transform back and forth. And then we're going to select screenwriter. Cave of Wonders. You're... going to get editors, composer. You use the good stuff because you're at least a medium quality film. Duelist Haven. Why don't we have you come out? Tropical Island, there's a soldier and an ancient evil. Kind of liking this one the most. Well, I mean... I like this, whatever this in the background is. Are you a Halloween film? Irvine, could you get us into it? You could. You're a Halloween film. 24... 20... 16... 12... There's your spread. You're targeting men, not women. Let's go there. Something like that. And 8 weeks, quarter of 4 is 1,000. Let's do something like that. 12, 4% of 5. Sub 100. Place under the sun. Honestly, I would have expected... Oh no, maybe I shouldn't be expecting more than that. Let me perform... No, let's stop doing the analytics on everything, because I think that's part of what's eating our... influence so much. You're asking for nothing. 100,000 over 5 years. You're $1 million over 5 years, still nothing. Less than $500,000 for you. We're gonna talk about banning these 5-year contracts. I mean, I'm gonna abstain because the other two are going to definitely push it under, which is what we want. Utopian futuristic city. Oh, and this is the one we get as every 6 months now. Interlinear translation. Not to be confused with it. Grab someone. Your security officer. And honestly, what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have light pollution finish writing. We're gonna put that into production, then we'll put everything else into production after it so that nothing's competing with it. And assuming that this doesn't just update only once we hit 6 of these, and that this is like bugged and it's like it gives us 2 years or something, I don't know. You know what's going to really piss me off is if we fill this up and it goes, oh, this doesn't count anymore, let's erase the whole set. That will get me upset. But all of that's consideration for next time. I'm hoping it'll finish. And I'm hoping second to that if it doesn't, and when we get this 6th movie in, this goes, updates, it goes, oh wait, hold on, this one doesn't count anymore. Or that one. I mean, I guess we're gonna keep pushing as hard as we can until it gives it to us. Oh. And then I'm hoping this one auto-completes. And then this one too. In any case, all of that's consideration for next time. If you've enjoyed this Let's Play so far, go ahead and leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you next time where we hopefully will be done. We will finish all of the Trash King elements at the same time. We'll see.